Hey guys, today we are going to be taking a look at LR Goku and Hit here at 55%. So, this character, actually a unit that I've been looking forward to a lot. Again, I said this in my summoning video, but people ask me all the time, what LR do I want to see in Dokkan? And oftentimes my answer would be this team up from the Tournament of Power, Goku and Hit. I felt like this was a really cool scene in the Tournament of Power, and Hit, one of my favorite characters introduced in Dragon Ball Super. So I love to see the representation here in Dokkan for them. So we'll go through what their kit is, and I'll show you off the 3 teams that I built for them here, and then we'll jump into some events. So first off, their leader skill is the Accelerated Battle or Universe Survival Saga category, Ki +4, and HP Attack and Defense plus 150%. So they're actually not a bad leader at all for the Tournament of Power, or for the Universe Survival Saga team. So that in combination with Accelerated Battle means they actually could cover a pretty wide range of characters to fit under that leader skill, which is nice for a gold coin LR. You don't really see them have these kinds of leader skills, but definitely a good start for this unit for sure. Okay, so their super attack effects, their 12-key super attack is the Goku and Hit's United Front. So they raise attack and defense for 1 turn, so a 30% raise. Then they do colossal damage with a high chance of stunning the enemy, so it's a 50% chance to stun. So already, they're doing an awful lot with that 12-key super attack. Every time a unit has a high chance to stun the enemy, they're instantly going to get value in events like Super Battle Road, so a good start for them there. Then their 18-key super attack is the Transcendent Light Speed combo, which greatly raises their attack and defense for 1 turn and causes mega colossal damage, and then they get, again, a high chance of stunning the enemy. So they're getting a 50% raise for attack and defense for 1 turn, and then they retain that 50% chance to stun as well. So honestly, really powerful super attack effects. We're seeing a lot of these characters recently get the great raise on attack and defense for 1 turn, which actually does make a really big difference in how high their defense is going to be. So pretty good start for them. All right, so their passive is the Advantage of Light Speed. So they start the turn off with 170% attack and defense. That is a very good number to start off with. Then they get Ki +6 and an additional attack and defense plus 60%, and attacks guaranteed to hit, and they disable enemies' guard, and they get a high chance of evading enemies' attacks, including super attack as the first or second attacker in a turn. So if they're in that first or second slot, they're getting that entire sort of portion of the passive after that first semicolon. After that 170%, that entire part until first or second attacker in the turn, they're getting that dependent on them being in the first or second slot. That's a lot. So 6 key, 60% additional attack and defense. Their attacks can never be dodged. They disable guard, and they have a 50% chance of dodging. So that is really good. Really powerful abilities there. And then on top of that, they get an additional attack plus 70% when attacking. They get Ki +7, and they launch an additional attack that's guaranteed, and that has a medium chance of becoming a super attack as the 3rd attacker in a turn. So if you use them as a floater, they'll be getting that second portion there. And this is actually a design choice that I actually really like that Dokkan has been doing recently. It sort of spices things up and makes you, I guess, sort of strategize in a way so that, you don't always put the unit in the same spot every single turn. You can want to shift them around a little bit. So, depending on where the enemy's using their attacks or how many times they're attacking in slot 1 versus slot 2 versus slot 3, maybe you want to shift them into slot 3. Maybe you want to put them in slot 1 or 2 for the chance to dodge. Like, there's different instances where you want them to be in those different positions. And so I think, that the fact that they're doing this on more units, I think adds a lot more value to these units because they're more flexible. So just to clarify as well, it looks like, just based off of what they're doing here, they're going to be a lot better off defensively in slots 1 and 2 just because of the extra 60% defense they're getting and because of the high chance to dodge. But in slot 7, they're getting, this is the difference here, they're getting a 70% attack boost, but that is on attack, whereas the 60% attack boost in slots 1 and 2 is considered a start of turn buff. So they're actually going to be hitting way harder in slot 3 on top of the fact that they're also getting additional attack guaranteed there that has a 30% chance to be a super attack. So do you want more offense from them? Go ahead and put them in slot 3. Do you want them to maybe stick around and be more effective defensively? Put them in slots 1 and 2. That's sort of how they built them here. Then they also have an active skill. This is the Ever Improving Pair. So this is the condition can be activated after performing 3 or more super attacks in battle if HP is 76% or less. And then the effect is attack and defense plus 13%, and that lasts for the entire fight. So if you're in a longer style event here, and you get this active skill off, it's going to last you the rest of the battle. And 13% might seem like a very small number, but in actuality, it's actually going to add up, because that is a buff that is calculated similarly to all these other active skill buffs, that it's not a start of turn effect, it's actually an effect that goes multiplicatively into their start of turn buff. So it's going to be actually a decent increase for them. So they obviously want to use a lot of super attacks to start off with, and then once you activate this active skill, you can maybe establish how you want to use them. So what looks like to me you want to do in like a longer event is maybe you want to throw them off on the slot 3, the sort of floating rotation, and see if you can maybe get some additionals through their slot 3 mechanic to build up their active skill mechanic, and then once you get those active skills, then you put them back on rotation and leave them there. So maybe that's the way you want to do it with them, but that's their passive and active skill. Alright, so next, full level 1 links, we have the link set here: Tournament of Power, Experienced Fighters, Cold Judgment, Infighter, Shocking Speed, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. So their link set is actually really good. And the thing with this unit is their best linking partner by far is Tech Hit, who just got his EZA on Global like a few days ago. And him, with his EZA, he is crazy, crazy good. So these two guys as a rotation is really, really powerful. The only thing I will say with that rotation, right, the Tech Hit plus this God Goku Hit LR rotation, is actually a demerit that I would put onto this unit specifically, and that's going into their categories here, because Tech Hit actually gets more powerful depending on how many Universe 6 characters you have on the rotation alongside him. And the fact that Dokkan has sort of structured these Joined Forces character LRs as you need both characters in the card to be in the category for the unit to get the category. So for example, Hit is Universe 6, obviously, but God Goku is not Universe 6. So for that reason, this unit doesn't have the Universe 6 category. That's going to hurt Tech Hit, because Tech Hit, again, wants to be alongside on rotation with other Universe 6 characters, but I don't think it's that big of a deal because he already works so well with this unit anyway. It just would have helped out that Tech Hit a little bit more if these guys were in Universe 6 category. So it's just another sort of minor issue, minor complaint that I have with the way that Dokkan has, I guess, sort of structured the way that they design these Joined Forces characters. And I've said something similar in the past whenever we've got, I'm pretty sure every time we've gotten a Universe, or not a Universe 6, a Joined Forces category character, like Goku and Piccolo is a big example, the Broly Trio is a big example. Even though I do love the Broly Trio's design, they have like no teams, and that's just because of the way that, again, they do these Joined Forces characters. But the categories they're on 4 here: Accelerated Battle, Universe Survival Saga, Joined Forces, and Legendary Existence. So, they actually are, like, these 4 teams are actually all viable, right? Joined Forces, I mean, wouldn't really say they have the best leader right now, but once they do get that good leader, like, they're in business on that team. Accelerated Battle, their own team. Again, their leader skill is actually pretty good. Universe Survival Saga, it's always been a really good team. And then Legendary Existence with Namek Goku, it's pretty solid. So let's take a look at the 3 teams I built here. The first one is going to be their own team, the Accelerated Battle / Universe Survival Saga team. I'm going to have them next to Tech Hit. And then the other rotation I'm going with is actually going to be a bit different. It's going to be the Super Saiyan 4 Goku EZA, the STR1, and then the Int Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. We'll have the friend the friend God Goku and Hit floating around, so we can sort of see both the floating premise of them as well as the on-rotation sort of effectiveness of them. Then we have the Physical 17 floating, as well as the God Topo for the support. Next team is going to be the the actual Universe Survival Saga team. So look at Tech Hit's leader skill. I'm actually going to do a separate video on this guy at level 10 links. I've been struggling to get Infighter done. It's been like a week and it hasn't leveled up, so I'm going to try again here in a bit. But this Tech Hit is a 3-key and 160% across the board lead for Universe Survival Saga, so that's going to be what this is for. Again, going to have the same rotation here. Then we're going to have the UI Goku floating, 17 floating, and the Int Kale, who just got an EZA, by the way, also floating around. And then the final team we have here It is the legendary existence team. So on this team specifically, I did want to just use God Goku and Hit in a situation where you're kind of just throwing them on a team without them really working super well with the team and without them being on main rotations. They're going to be floating and they're just going to be sort of a throw-in on the team, because I think that's actually a big strength that this unit has, right? Is instead of you having to designate this unit as a main rotation unit like we did in these two teams here, this is going to be them in their ulterior role, which is just a random floating unit you just throw into a team to sort of cap it off, right? So we'll see how they perform here. The fact that they get 7 ki in that third slot, I think, is really going to allow them to fulfill that role pretty well. But we shall see once we jump in here. So I think what we're going to do first is we are going to jump into the Universe Survival Saga category Super Battle Road, and we'll see how well they do here with this team. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and jump into the Universe Survival Saga stage of Super Battle Road here with the Universe Survival Saga team, led by Tech Hit, and one of the big strengths of this team is the ability to bring this support memory here. 10% permanent attack and defense for the entire team is going to add up over a long period of time. Yeah, we'll just see how well this God Goku and Hit do fare. Obviously, we want to get them linked up next to one of the Tech Hits, so let's go ahead and jump in and see how they look here. Remember, 55% level 1 links. This is like as if you just pulled the character and you're testing them out for the first time without really doing anything to them at all. So, alright, first rotation. What are these rotations? Actually, these rotations are perfect. I do want to have Tech Jiren next to Tech Hit. The only thing with that rotation is we're going to be pretty susceptible to int units, unfortunately, but whatever. Remember, I think Tech Hit does have a chance of stunning the rotation, but he did not do that here. Looks like there's no int enemy. I might just throw Jiren here. 244,000 defense. Yeah, that's a lot. He's going to get 1 ki from being hit in the first slot. This is 6 ki anyway, so that's fine. I think what we'll do is we will just focus on... we'll focus on you. We'll just get you out of here. Let's go ahead and do that. And Hits will do this. And then this is fine. I'll actually grab those to set up the STR orbs for next turn. That worked out pretty well. Alright. So no item active here, but we do have the support memory, obviously. 5.6 from Tech Jiren. Tech Jiren's still really, really good. Okay, well, goodbye Lavender. Remember, Jiren does need to get hit 5 times to get his active skill condition fulfilled here. That's going to do a bit of damage. Remember, Jiren doesn't actually raise his defense at all from his super attack effects. And I feel like that's one of the big areas of the game where things have definitely increased in terms of power creep, right? A lot of these LRs, like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, are getting these, you know, either normal raises or great raises on their super attack effects to raise their defense. So, can you imagine how good this Jiren would be if he had, like, a greatly raised defense for 1 turn on super attack? 6.7 million per hit, by the way. This guy's pretty insane. He's actually doing more, he actually did more damage than Jiren did. Obviously, Jiren's super effective against all types, but yeah, that's Tech Hit, pretty dumb. All right, so let's go ahead and see this God Goku Hit in action. Remember, we do have the 17 on rotation, so we are getting the, I believe it's what, 60% support from him. 207,000 defense. Whew. Remember, they have a 50% chance to dodge, too. And they're increasing their defense by 50% on super. So they're basically going to be over 300,000 defense at, like, the bare minimum. This is literally their bare... This is their floor. This is the floor of this unit. 17 is 60% defense, right? 60% defense, yes. Okay. So I'm going to leave them there. Bergamo is stunned. I will go ahead and kill off Bergamo here. Let's go ahead and do this. Remember, they are going to get 6 ki when they attack, I believe, right? So they're actually going to be at max ki here. It's very easy to get them there. Then with hits, I guess we'll just go ahead and do this. It's fine. I guess we technically could die here, assuming that Lavender Super's 17 at the end, but I just want to see if Lavender wants to super, or not Lavender, Basil. If Basil wants to super Tech God, or the God Goku Hit in slot 1, I want to let him do that just to see what kind of damage it would take from that. So let's go ahead and do this, and we'll see what we end up with here. All right, so no damage. They're at 4.6 million. It's pretty good. Now they have over 300k defense, and they have a 50% chance to dodge. Ah, he didn't super. Now I'm afraid. Now I'm afraid he's gonna super the slot 3 there. Damn it! All right, well, hopefully hit stuns. Or gets an additional super here. He did stun. Okay, well, and he got an additional for 7 million. Okay, and he's effective against all types. So this is a pretty good rotation, I would say. Yeah, and he's stunned again. All right, well, rest in peace, Basil. Let's move on to the second fight here. What is this, like the full Universe 6 team? Yeah, it is. All right, let's do this. Who do we get rid of here? I guess we just focus on Hit. There's no reason not to. We actually could die here if... who is that? If Kale supers, I think. I will let the... Should I... I'm just going to use a Princess Snake, actually. We'll just do it. Because this is the purpose of the showcase isn't to show this rotation. We'll just do this. And then with Hit, we'll just continuously focus on the enemy hits, so we make sure that there's no AGL enemy left. And then with Goku, I guess we'll retarget to Kale. I'm going to leave those Intorbs there for next turn. Alright, let's see. Alright, well, he would have been fine, so whatever. Jiren's getting a lot of ki there, 6.1. We do have the support from the physical UI Goku. Is Hit just dead? Yeah, he's just instantly dead. Oh, yeah, so Jiren actually has his active skill condition fulfilled here as well, 6.2 from Hit. This team is pretty insane, dude. Remember, this isn't even 170% leader skill, it's 160%. Yeah, they didn't even super once, so we would have been... We didn't have to use item at all, we just wasted that item, but whatever. Wow, that UI Goku almost killed Kale. Okay. So we have support from Kale offensively. Again, all the same links active here. 188k defense, so they're going to be just shy of 300k once they do their super attack. I think I'll leave things this way. We will go ahead and target... yeah, we'll just go for Oda Magetta. Let's do that. Hit, you can also target them as well, and then we should be good to go here. I don't really see us having any issues whatsoever. Again, a very easy max key super for them. 5 million. Yeah. Nothing else needs to be said here, I guess. Just watch and learn. This is completely fine. I hope we actually don't dodge this. We actually didn't dodge it. Okay, how much does it do? 29k. That's pretty good. I would say that's pretty good. And then here's Hit, by the way, with almost an 8 million attack stat. So, yeah. And there he is with another almost 8 million attack stat. I think Kaba's just dead. Yep, goodbye. Just pure annihilation here. Alright, here's the last fight. What is this? God Goku Freeze, the 17 of Vegeta? Yeah, I remember this one. Alright, well, let's leave things this way. UI Goku could be a potential issue. I am just going to do this again just to make sure we don't die here. Again, this is not the purpose of the showcase. I guess we'll just go after Vegeta here and make sure he's exterminated before we move on to the next rotation here. Let's do this. I'm going to save those AGL, or not the AGL, the Int Key Spheres for next turn. I'm going to lower your attack here. Alright, let's see. People not really supering Jiren that much in this stage here. Okay. Alright, well, Jiren is definitely doing a lot of offensive annihilating in this stage for sure. He's got a lot of additional supers. Okay, yeah, I'm glad we used the item because this would have done a lot of damage. Still might do a bit. Oh no, just kidding. Okay, with him only doing that much damage, we actually probably didn't even need to use the item at all, but it is what it is, whatever. Alright, so Hit can probably just stun him here. Yep. Hit is just... Honestly, the MVP of this run has been Tech Hit. Have you guys noticed how ridiculous Tech Hit's, like, just damage is? So stupid. Alright, we'll take you out here, I guess. Or he lived. Okay, that's fine. He's still stunned, right? And then we have UI Goku support on this rotation. I'm going to go ahead and put God Goku in... Well, actually, why don't we try this? Why don't we try putting them in the third slot just to see how much of a damage difference there is between them being on rotation versus in slot 3. I'm going to go ahead. I mean, we have 500,000 health. There's no way we die here. Plus, isn't UI Goku stunned? No. Okay. Well, we'll just kill him with UI Goku here. We'll do this. Tech hit. We will attack you just in case. And then God Goku at the end. Defense is at 188k once more. We'll target 17 and give you those. That's max key. And we'll see how things fare here. Dodge, nice. Okay, this should be the end for UI Goku. Cool. And we should be good to go. Nice, perfect. Hit is at 6.7 million. All right, Goku Hit. What's your attack stat here? 7.1 million. And they can do another one. Ah, they did a normal. 1.6 million normal, dude. Their tax at that turn was like 8.7 million or something like that. This is a 55% Link level 1 character. Just let that sink in. As we complete this stage, let that sink in. Alright, so now we're going to jump into the Majin Buu stage of Infinite Dragon Ball history using their own team, the Accelerated Battle / Universe Survival Saga team here. Again, I want to have either one, honestly. The friend is basically the same as mine. He's 55%, no skill orbs, and, you know, basically level 1 / level 2 Link. So not that big of a difference there at all. So one of them next to Tech Hit, and the other rotation is going to be the 2 Super Saiyan 4s here. So let's go ahead and jump in here. The good thing about this team is we'll be able to see sort of the difference between the God Goku Hit as a floating unit versus them as an offensively sort of established unit in slots 1 and 2. So we're going to start floating them off here right away. Let's go ahead and do this, because Gogeta's coming on rotation next time. Actually, do I float them off here? No, I'll keep... Yeah, I'll float them off, whatever. They share 3 links there with Topo. What do they share with Goku? 2, okay. So we'll just do this. Defense is not the greatest, but whatever, it doesn't matter. Remember, they do get 7 key in slot 3. So even though we're not able to get tons of key for them right now, they're still going to be able to Ultra Super very easily. So, in fact, they have max key. They're going to have max key on this rotation. That's insane. All right, well, hopefully we get to actually see them attack here. Don't kill them, Goku. Don't do it. Okay, we're fine. All right. Well, let's see what kind of number they're going to put up here. Remember, they only have 3 links active. Tobo is giving support, though, so keep that in mind. And they get to 5.7 million. And they have a 30% chance to do an additional super here. That is pretty good. Normal for 1.5. Was enough to kill him, so I'll take it. All right, next turn here. This is the turn I wanted to see. I mean, we saw this in the other team, but this is a little bit of a smaller or less powerful leader skill, right? The Tech Hit's leader skill was 160, now we're under a 150% leader skill. So defense is definitely not quite as high, 179,000. But also keep in mind that we don't have the effects of the support memory either. So that's something else to keep in mind too. Let's go ahead and do this. This will be max key. Remember, I do want to try and get that active skill as soon as possible too, which is going to allow them to get the permanent 13% buff. So they're at 4 million. With the amount of defense that they have, plus the 50% chance to dodge, I will definitely take that. So that's 1 super attack. So the thing with this God Goku Hit 2 is if you guys end up eventually pulling dupes with this character, keep in mind that I think going like a nice even balance, or maybe not even balance, but like, you know, not going full crit might be the way to go for this unit, just because they want to get that those 3 super attacks off to get that active skill requirement fulfilled. And then on top of that, they're getting so much extra defense from their super attacks that it might be worth going something like 17 crit 9 additional or something like that. That might be what I actually eventually end up doing for this character. Okay, well, it looks like we'll leave things this way for now. I'm okay with the way this is set up here. Gogeta eventually will fizzle out here just because he's not really designed for long events, but it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. 4.1 for you. I do want to finish this guy off this turn. Okay, cool. Alright, so we have Subaru here. So we're going to be able to see the exact sort of comparison here between the God Goku Hit in slot 1 versus the God Goku Hit in slot 3. Now, my God Goku Hit and the friend are almost identical. The friend has like a few level 2 links, but that's really the only difference between mine and his. So, gonna be interested in seeing what the difference is here. I'm gonna try and get max key. I can't get max key for both. I can get 23 key for you. Okay. So we'll get 23 key there. Let's grab that. And then for this one, that's gonna be 24. That's also gonna be 24. Okay, well we're gonna get 24 key on this one. It's unavoidable, unfortunately. So there's gonna be a 1 key difference here. All right, so the one on rotation is getting basically 4 million. Basically a 4 million attack stat. Okay, so let's keep in mind that the one on rotation is getting a lot more defense with the dodge, but the one in slot 3 is getting the additional chance to do a super attack, and their attack that's going to be, I think, a good amount higher than the one in slot 1 here. So what do they get to? 5.5, basically 5.6. So that's like a 1.6 million higher attack stat with the additional. There it is. Yeah, I mean that's a pretty clear indication of their power in slot 1 versus 3, but they're obviously more, I guess, technically balanced in slots 1 and 2 with the defense that they get there. So let's go ahead and just continue putting you there. We will need to get off one more super attack before we are able to pop their active skill. Definitely want to compare their damage output and defense prior to and post their active skill. So let's get this last super attack in, and then I think what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and skip to their active skill turn. We have Topo here giving the support, 168k defense. Let's go ahead and grab this. Yeah, key is not an issue whatsoever at all. This is very, very easy. Alright, so they're up to 4.5 million with Topo's support here. Alright, so what I'm going to do now is I'll just cut here, and then we will be back for their active skill. Alright, so Super Saiyan 4 Goku ended up getting super attack last turn, so we did fall below the threshold we need to activate this. So this is perfect. So we're going to go ahead and look at their defense here. So with 17 on rotation, we are looking at a defensive stat of 179,000. Let's go ahead and pop this, and we'll compare those numbers after we pop this.
Son Goku, お前はまだ成長を続けている。俺も負けてはいられんな。ここからが本当の戦いだ。
楽しくなってきたぞ。
All right, so now we're up to 202,000. So like I said, 13% does not seem like a very big number that would make a significant difference, but their defense did go up. What is this, like 23,000 before they super attack? So yeah, it's definitely it's definitely a difference. Let's go ahead and do this. Again, it's not really going to be difficult at all to get their max key here. Let's go ahead and just grab this. That's going to be max key for them. And then 17, we'll go ahead and do this, and let's see what their offense looks like. So we have no offensive support here either. So, they were hovering around like 4 million without support, right, prior to their active skill. Let's see what they get to now. Now they're at 4.5, so about a 500k jump. But I think the biggest part of this unit they're gaining from that active skill is definitely their defense, because they have so many ways of amplifying that with their super attack effect, their slot 1 and 2 buff they're getting. So yeah, definitely a unit that's going to be, I think, aging very, very well because of the fact that you can throw them in slots 1, 2, or 3, depending on what you need. And I think we also are going to be able to get the active skill for the floating God Goku Hit as well. which we'll go ahead and do. I'm actually gonna pop this here just so that we can get this guy dead here. Alright, Gogeta should be able to completely destroy this guy. I'm not going to get same type orb, so we stay below the HP threshold. We need to be to get the active skill off. And we should be able to just kill him here. Gogeta is going to go off here, I can tell. Alright, Gogeta, let's go. 5.7, effective against all types. Okay, I think we're good. Goku should finish him off here, I think. We're countering too. Yeah, he's dead. Goodbye, Boo. Okay. All right. So yeah, like I said, we should be good to use the active skill with the floating one here. So we'll go ahead and do that, and we'll see how much he does as a floater.
Son Goku, お前はまだ成長を続けている。俺も負けてはいられんな。ここからが本当の戦いだ。
楽しくなってきたぞ。
Alright, so with no support here, we are at 166,000 defense on both of them. So we'll go ahead and see. Well, its key is actually really bad here. But guess what? We're still going to be able to get their 18 key super attack because of the way that they work. So that's good. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to grab this, and then we'll give the floating God Goku and Hit a max key super attack with the active skill popped, just to see how much they're able to do here. Please dodge. Okay. Still at 4.16, and now they're pretty much not going to take any damage, but it's unfortunate they supered before we attacked. If we had attacked first before he supered, that would have done like 60k or something. Hit's defense is going to be more than good enough to eat double digits from this, I think. Gets a lot of defense on super. Yep. Alright, so in slot 3, they're up to a 6.3 million attacks at no support. That's pretty insane. We get an additional super? We do. Okay. Feast your eyes on this animation because it's very rare. It's a very rare sight to see this unit doing a 12 key super attack because of how easy it is to get their 18 key. So I think that's pretty good, honestly. We were able to see pretty much all of the instances I wanted to here. What we'll do is we'll move on to the final team now. We're going to go to the legendary existence team. Alright, so I'm not going to spend too much time on this stage here just because this is mainly just to show sort of God Goku and Hit on a team that they fit on just as like a throw-in option, right? They're not really going to be linking up super well with the team here. But we'll see how they perform here even when they're not in an optimal scenario as a floater. So let's go and jump here. This is the Warriors of Universe 7 stage, and of course they are, as usual, in slot 7. So I think what we'll do is we'll just cut until they're on rotation, and we'll see what they do from there. Alright, so hopefully we don't we don't kill Android 18 before we can see the God Goku Hit attack here. So with Gogeta, they have 3 links. I assume the same with them. Yeah, they have the same links there, right? I'm actually not going to go super ham with either of these guys here. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do this. Alright. And we don't even need that, honestly. We can honestly... This is going to give them, what is this, 22 key? This is going to give them max. I mean, we might as well just grab this, whatever. But again, they don't really ever struggle for key in any spot on rotation. They just get so much key. It's pretty stupid. Honestly, that's one of the reasons why they're so good, I think, is that the key mechanic that they have is just really, really powerful. Alright, so again, this is not really a team I would consider them to be very, have good chemistry with. Come on, please don't kill her. You had to triple super. Come on. But even on a team like this, I feel like they're, a good enough unit where you can just literally throw them in as a floater, and they're going to work perfectly fine. So another strength of this unit here is just their flexibility on these teams. I just wish they had more categories. That's really the only thing. Right? All right, let's see. Yeah. You gotta. What are you gonna do? Triple super here? Come on. we got triple supers from both of these guys. This is like never happens. Of course. Great. kidding me? Alright, well, I don't think she'll die here, so we're fine. Oh, right, and they're up to 6.1. Yeah, that's pretty good. As just a throw-on unit here. Alright, I do actually think we probably won't even get to see them attack here. I'm gonna put Goku there. I mean, yeah, we're probably gonna kill him before he gets to anything. I'm gonna try and go as light as possible here. And then we'll see if we can get a super off with God Goku in it, because I do actually eventually want to get their active skill here, so. I mean, look, even with 0 keylings, we're still gonna get their 18 key super attack pretty easily here. It's pretty insane, actually. Like, they might have like one of the best key effects from their passive just ever. It's really dumb. All right, please don't kill. Just do like one non-crit super, and then just end your turn. Place one monster card in defense mode, and then, okay, perfect, and end your turn. Nice, nice, nice. All right, so we can see the attack here. Still 5 million with 1 link active, which I think is just fierce battles. Okay, can I get one more? Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to be able to get their active skill next time they're on rotation. Nice. All right. So we actually ended up killing the enemy too fast, and we couldn't get the active skill off. But regardless, I think we saw this unit pretty much do everything that we needed to see them do. So again, 55% full level 1 links, no skill orbs, no nothing. They looked pretty stupid to me. Like, honestly, the fact that this was a 55% unit, like, pretty much exactly the baseline of what you would expect to get out of a... Like, you pull this unit off a banner, this is what they're doing. Like, they're one of the best units in the game, easily, in my opinion. What the numbers this unit puts up, both offensively and defensively, is literally just insane. I don't really have anything else to say here. Let me know below what you guys thought about this showcase. I am pretty excited to get them done. Fully Rainbow, level 10 links, and we'll take a look at them again there. But hope you guys enjoyed. See you all in the next one.